Some cars are just cool, some are fast, some are revolutionary, and some literally save their companies from death. Today we're looking at 7 cars that didn't just sell well, they rescued entire brands from bankruptcy, irrelevance, or extinction. These are the cars that changed everything. Let's get into it. Number 1. Chrysler Minivan, 1984. Let's start with the least sexy car that ever saved a company, the Chrysler Minivan. In 1979, Chrysler was dying. Not struggling, dying. The federal government had to loan them $1.5 billion just to keep the lights on. Lee Iacocca took over as CEO and bet everything on a weird idea. What if we built a van that drove like a car? The 1984 Dodge Caravan and Plymouth Voyager invented an entire segment. Front-wheel drive, car-like handling, sliding doors, seating for 7. Station wagon meets van meets family hauler. Chrysler sold over 200,000 in the first year. It became the default family vehicle for a generation, gave Chrysler the cash to pay back government loans early, and kept them independent through the 1980s. Without the minivan, Chrysler doesn't make it to 1990. The minivan killed the station wagon, created the blueprint for the SUV boom, and saved Chrysler from bankruptcy. And nobody talks about it anymore because, well, it's a minivan. Number 2. Ford Mustang, 1964. In the early 1960s, Ford had a problem. They were profitable but boring, practical, reliable. The car your dad drove to work, Chevrolet had the Corvette. They had excitement. Ford had the Falcon. Lee Iacocca, yes, same guy who'd later save Chrysler, had an idea. Build a sporty car that wasn't a 2-seat sports car. Something affordable, stylish, and fun that young people could actually buy. The 1964 Ford Mustang caused chaos. Ford expected 100,000 sales in the first year. They sold over 400,000. It created an entirely new category, the pony car. Long hood, short deck, sporty styling, affordable price. Option it how you wanted, economy 6 or a screaming V8. The Mustang didn't save Ford from bankruptcy. It saved Ford from irrelevance. It made Ford cool and proved American cars could be exciting and accessible. Chevrolet, Pontiac, Plymouth, AMC, everyone scrambled to copy it. The Camaro, Firebird, Barracuda, Javelin, they all chased what the Mustang proved worked. 60 years later, the Mustang's still here, still making Ford feel exciting. Number 3. Lexus LS400, 1989. In the late 1980s, Toyota had a problem. They made great cars, reliable, efficient, well-built. But they were boring. And they couldn't charge luxury prices because the badge said Toyota. Mercedes and BMW owned luxury. They had heritage, prestige, and engineering credibility. Toyota had Camrys. So Toyota asked, what if we just built a better Mercedes? The 1989 Lexus LS400 was the answer. Silky V8, world-class build quality, cutting-edge tech, quieter than an S-Class. Toyota benchmarked the Germans and beat them at their own game. And they priced it at $35,000, significantly less than Mercedes or BMW. The Germans panicked. A Japanese company wasn't supposed to build a legitimate luxury car, but Lexus did, and did it better for less money. The LS400 made Lexus credible overnight. It gave Toyota a luxury brand that could command premium prices and force the Germans to up their game. Lexus wouldn't exist without the LS400. The LS400 didn't just save a brand, it created one. Number 4. Mazda MX-5 Miata, 1989. By the late 1980s, the Roadster was dead. The British killed it with terrible reliability. Insurance and safety regulations made lightweight 2-seaters nearly impossible. Mazda said, let's bring it back. The 1989 Mazda MX-5 Miata was stupid simple. Lightweight, rear-wheel drive, manual transmission, no power anything. Pure driving fun. It looked like a classic British Roadster, but actually started every morning. Mazda couldn't build them fast enough. The Miata proved there was still a market for simple, affordable sports cars. But here's the bigger picture. Mazda was struggling financially. The Miata gave them a halo car that made the brand feel fun again. It created a passionate enthusiast community. And it's been in production for 35 years. The Miata saved the Roadster as a category. And it saved Mazda from being just another appliance manufacturer. Without the Miata, Mazda's forgotten. With it, they're the company that never forgot what driving is supposed to feel like. Number 5. Nissan GT-R, 2007. By the mid-2000s, Nissan was profitable but boring. Carlos Ghosn had saved them from bankruptcy with cost-cutting and platform sharing. The 350Z brought back some excitement, but Nissan needed something to make enthusiasts remember why they loved the brand. The 2007 GTR was that legend. Twin-turbo V6, making 480 horsepower, all-wheel drive with computer-controlled torque vectoring, a dual-clutch transmission that shifted faster than you could blink, and it ran with supercars costing 3 times as much. The GTR hit 60 in under 3.5 seconds. It destroyed Porsches at the track, and it cost $70,000. Nissan didn't make money on the GTR. They didn't need to. The GTR reminded the world Nissan could build something extraordinary. It brought enthusiasts back to showrooms and gave the brand performance credibility again. The GTR saved Nissan's soul. Everything else was just business. Number 6. Dodge Viper, 1992. In the late 1980s, Dodge was a joke. Minivans and K-cars. Zero performance credibility. Then Bob Lutz and his team asked, what if we just built the most absurd American sports car possible? The 1992 Dodge Viper was the answer. An 8.0-liter V10 making 400 horsepower. No traction control, no ABS, no roof, no mercy. It was ridiculous. It was glorious. And it worked. The Viper didn't save Dodge from bankruptcy, but it saved Dodge's identity. It turned Dodge into the performance brand, the crazy one that builds cars that want to kill you. The Viper created the halo effect that justified every absurd muscle car Dodge has built since. The Ram SRT-10, Challenger Hellcat, Charger Hellcat, Demon, Red-Eye. Without the Viper, Dodge doesn't become the horsepower-obsessed brand it is today. The Viper proved American cars didn't need refinement to be exciting. Just big engines, big power, big drama. Dodge became the muscle car brand because the Viper showed them how. Number 7. Porsche Cayenne, 2002. And now for the most controversial car on this list. In the late 1990s, Porsche was in trouble. They were selling about 25,000 cars a year, mostly 911s. Profits were thin, the market was small, and they didn't have the volume to survive a downturn. So Porsche made a decision that enraged enthusiasts. They built an SUV. The 2002 Porsche Cayenne was sacrilege. Real Porsche fans lost their minds. How dare Porsche build a family hauler? This was betrayal. This was the end of Porsche's soul. Except it wasn't. The Cayenne saved Porsche, literally saved them. Porsche sold 25,000 sports cars a year before the Cayenne. After, total sales exploded. The Cayenne became their best seller by a landslide. Wealthy families bought Cayennes, and those profits funded everything else. The 911 GT3, Cayenne profits. The 918 Spider, Cayenne money. The Cayman, Boxster, every special edition, all bankrolled by the SUV enthusiasts claimed would ruin the brand. Without the Cayenne, there's no modern Porsche. The company couldn't survive on 25,000 sports cars a year. The Cayenne gave them the volume and margins to thrive. Yes, it's an SUV. Yes, it's not a sports car. But it's the reason Porsche can still afford to build sports cars that lose money but win hearts. The Cayenne didn't kill Porsche's soul. It paid for Porsche to keep its soul alive. And that's why it's the most important car Porsche has ever built, even if enthusiasts will never admit it. So there you have it, 7 cars that saved their brands. Some of them invented new categories, some of them brought back old ones, some of them were controversial, and one of them was a minivan that nobody remembers even though it literally saved Chrysler from death. But they all did the same thing. They gave their companies a future when they didn't have one. The minivan made Chrysler viable. The Mustang made Ford cool. The LS400 made Lexus possible. The Miata kept Mazda relevant. The GTR reminded people Nissan could build legends. The Viper gave Dodge an identity. And the Cayenne, the SUV everyone hated, bankrolled Porsche's entire sports car lineup. These weren't just good cars, they were lifeboats. Which one surprised you the most? And what car do you think saved a brand that I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments. If you want more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. I've got more deep dives, forgotten stories, and automotive history coming your way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.